operation. My name is Siobhan Pereira.
I'm Delanjali Yananda, and these are the headlines for tonight.
A school student dead and more than 40 injured in the Talava bus accident. GCE A-level examination gets underway at 2,362 centres. Keratoconus disease can be controlled by early detection. 500,000 coconut saplings free of cost to household coconut cultivation. Biliatte Sana and the others connected to Sini Modra Tangol narcotics case further remanded. Writ petition against driving away of wild elephants into the Hambantota Reserve rejected. Crisis in US remains due to the close down of government activities.
We begin with those and other stories in detail. On your top story, it's a news that is making headlines over the globe. A powerful explosion near Delhi's Red Fort metro station this evening has left at least 8 people dead and several others injured, according to foreign media.
Now, the blast occurred in a densely populated area close to the historic monument, prompting authorities to declare a high alert across the capital. Fire services and the Delhi Police Special Cell rushed to the scene moments after the explosion, with 20 fire trucks deployed to control the blaze and secure the area. Police have cordoned off the site and investigators work to determine the cause of the blast. It has not yet been confirmed whether the explosion was triggered by an explosive device. Videos from the scene showed a car engulfed in flames with smoke billowing across the street as crowds scrambled for safety. Several nearby vehicles were left mangled and windscreens shattered due to the force of the explosion. At least 8 casualties were taken to Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Hospital for treatment. Emergency response teams continue operations at the site as authorities assess the scale of the damage and investigate the incident. The Red Fort area, known locally as Lal Killa, is one of Delhi's busiest and most historically significant zones.
The scale of damage which has not been ascertained right now, which is very important to clarify to our viewers.
On local news, a school student was killed and over 40 persons injured in a bus accident which occurred at Jayaganga Junction in Talava today. In this accident, a private bus running from Talava to Nochiagama toppled. The bus plying to Hirigola village from Talava main bus stand via Jayaganga Junction had moved aside to a motorcycle and veered off the road and toppled into a precipice.
Kada muni. Ani danna dermamne adikiri gena. Ai wae kawudu taawada? Ammai taawada. Bus එක පෙරළුණා. වෙච්ච දේ මම දන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාද කොන්ගොඩ උස්සලා දියන්න පුළුවන් දොස්තර මං කියනවා. කී දෙනෙක් ඉතින් ආවද මලි බස් එකේ? සීට් ගන්න හිටියා. මොන ආයිලාද කොන්ට්‍රෝල් එක නැතුවද පෙරළුනේ? බයික් එකක් අර. බයික් එක වැදුණා කියන්නේ? ඉස්සරහින් ආපු වාහනයක් මම කරේ වැදුනේ. බයික් එකක් තමයි තිබ්බේ.
A group of ordinary level students who were going home following a seminar and several advanced level students were in the bus at the time of the accident. One student was killed and the rest has been admitted to Talava and Tambutpegama base hospitals and the Anuradhapura teaching hospital. Tambutpegama police arrested the bus driver and conductor for further investigations.
Bike එකක් කැපිලා දැක්කේ නැහැ. අමාරුද පුතාට මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? කකුල වේදනාව. අර පොඩි ගෑල්ලා මේකේ මොකක්ද? හත බස් එකේ දාන්නේ. මොකද උනේ? නැවත එකපාර බ්‍රේක් කරන විතර එක්කේ කොහෙටද කියන ගන්නේ එකපාර බස් එක කැරේ. පස්සේ නෑ බස් එක
The GCE Advanced Level Examination commenced today island-wide at 2,362 centres. The examination will be over by the 5th of December. 345,525 are preparing for this year's examination. This includes 246,521 school candidates and 94,004 private candidates. 325 exam coordination centers are in operation and 32 divisional collecting centers have also been established. Commissioner General of Examinations AKS Indika Kumari Liyanage added that students are required to be at the examination centre at least 1 hour before the start of the exam and need to produce the admission number half an hour before. They should also carry the admission paper and identity card. According to the National Transport Commission, Sisusari transport service will be operating at a special fare during the examination days. Chairman of the National Transport Commission P.A. Chandrapala stressed that the SLTB and private buses under the supervision of the National Transport Commission have been assigned to transport students appearing for the exam. National Transport Commission has a considerable number of private bus owners for this purpose. Students will be able to pay half the bus fare during transportation. The Disaster Management Centre has taken steps to implement a special disaster management program, taking into consideration the inclement weather condition prevailing in certain areas of the island during the GCE A-level exam. Media spokesman of the Disaster Management Centre, Pradeep Kodipille, said that all arrangements will continue throughout 24 hours. All officials of the Department of Examination, in collaboration with the Disaster Management Unit, will implement the plan. Hotline number is 177 and it is in place in case of an emergency with new telephone numbers for the duration of the exam. They are 0113 668 119, 0113 668 026, 0113 668 032, 0113 668 087.
Today is the second day of the second reading of the budget. Many ministers and parliamentarians expressed their views on the budget proposals. Minister Vasantha Samarasinghe stated that the government had systematically increased the salaries of public servants. Referring to the matter of vehicle import taxes, he said that the opposition had tried to claim that vehicle duties had been increased. However, he explained that when a vehicle was imported, a certain tax was paid at the port, and when that vehicle was later sold, another portion of tax was collected. He added that this included a social security tax. He clarified that whether this tax was added or not, depending on whether the vehicle was sold after importation, he emphasized that the government had decided to charge the social security tax in such transactions to finalize the payment process and that there was no wrongdoing involved. He further said that even at the point of resale, the tax was paid by the person purchasing the vehicle and that the total tax on vehicles had not been increased. Minister Dr. Dhammika Patamali stated that the government had commenced the implementation of the digitalization program. He mentioned that by the first quarter of 2025, transactions amounting to over 200 billion rupees had been successfully carried out through the Lanka Pay online system for government payments. He further stated that the government had initiated the required reforms for this program and had made recommendations for electronic payments in government institutions. He added that from the 1st of January, the government had proposed to remove all service fees for electronic transactions made to state institutions. Deputy Minister Dr. Prasanga Gunasena stated that the government had taken measures to minimize corruption and to improve service delivery. He mentioned that by April or May of the next year, the government expected to introduce an online system to obtain vehicle licenses. He said that the relevant work was in progress and that the government expected to complete it soon. He added that around 400,000 tasks remain to be completed. Parliamentarian Susantha Dodavatta said that the government had ensured financial stability. He explained that when comparing the years 2024 and 2015, total revenue had increased by 777 billion rupees. He added that the budget deficit, which had been 14% in 2020, had been reduced to 4.5% by 2025. He further stated that the new budget had been presented under these improved financial conditions. He mentioned that the export earnings had risen from USD 8.5 billion to 9.1 billion US dollars.
Various quarters point out that the government has presented a budget this year prioritizing increased income and economic stability. Several views have been expressed in this regard.
When you look at all those areas, you can say budget is acceptable to the Sri Lankan society. However, everybody cannot get everything from the budget, and also implementing budget. President, ministers or government, including parliamentarians, they alone can't translate this proposal into practice. For that, public sector employees, private sector, and also all citizens in the country have to cooperate with the government. As a result of that, finally, everyone will get something out of the budget. Similarly, certain budget proposal, not essentially confined to 2026, those areas are moving away from 2026 to long period. So that now what is government doing? Laying foundation for a prosperous future for everyone in Sri Lanka.
Especially by looking at the SME sector in Sri Lanka, 52% of the national income being contributed by the SME sector, and more importantly 48% of the employment. So there are certain incentives for the SME sector. We have to make sure there should be an implementation path from this budget proposal, because I have seen certain proposals being done in the past being not properly implemented. So we have to make sure the inspirational motivation for the SME sector being proposed. So we have to implement that, and then only we can see, especially the youth in Sri Lanka and women entrepreneurship, we consider as really important. So we have to inspire them, motivate them, so we can see a kind of a positive signal from the government perspective.
President Andra Kumara Dissanayake, presenting the 2026 budget recently, proposed to increase the Mahapula scholarship and students' allowance provided to university students by another 2,500 rupees in this capacity as the Minister of Finance. A large number of sectors commended the government regarding the step. During the budget this year, it was proposed to increase the Mahapula and the students' allowance for university students by 2,500 rupees along with the Nipunata Sisudiriya allowance. Many quarters have appreciated the step taken by the government, complying with the demands of the higher education students. Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Professor Indika Tilaka, stated that the government has allocated a large amount of money for the education sector of the country, which is to be highly appreciated. With the rising cost of living, the need of Mahapula loan scheme amount to be increased became prominent. For nearly 10 years, the Mahapula loan scheme amount has been 5,000 rupees, and under the new budget it has been increased to 10,000 rupees. With this increase of the allowance, it will benefit university students in pursuing their educational activities successfully, the Vice Chancellor pointed out.
Under the United National Operation, 1,284 suspects have been arrested in raids against narcotics yesterday. Out of them, 15 have been directed to rehabilitation.
On an information received by the OIC of Bandarawela Police Station, police have been able to discover 1,000 packets of narcotics. A suspect who is alleged to bring narcotics to Badulla and Bandarawela areas from Aluthgama area was taken into custody at the Dowa Raja Mahaviharaya, Bandarawela. Mediagoda police have been able to arrest a 42-year-old woman at Sinigama area in Mediagoda yesterday with 6 kilograms and 534 grams of heroin in her possession. Puthalam police have arrested a suspect at Mullinagar area with 3 kilograms and 290 grams of ice narcotics. The suspect has been identified as 33-year-old resident of Mullinagar area.
A project to distribute 500,000 coconut saplings free of charge under the Kapturu Savia national program commenced yesterday from Uhana area. Ampara, the objective of this program is to promote coconut cultivation in the country. This program is being implemented as per the Memorandum of Understanding signed recently between the Ministry of Rural Development, Social Security and Community Empowerment and the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure Facilities. 500,000 coconut saplings will be distributed freely for coconut cultivation in households. Saplings were planted on this occasion, participated by Minister Samantha Vidyaratna and Deputy Minister Vasanta Piyathissa at the Coconut Plantation Board premises at Uhana. Yesterday's program was included the distribution of checks and coconut saplings on a symbolic basis to the beneficiaries. Minister Samantha Vidyaratna expressed that a sum of $855 million has been earned by exporting coconut-related products in 2024 by the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure Facilities. The amount earned in 9 months stands at $899.72 million. The minister hoped that the income this year will reach $1.2 billion.
Prime Minister and Minister of Education Harini Amarasuri says that although the Minister of Health and Child Protection Authority have made a request on providing sex education in schools, no final decision has been taken in this connection. She made these remarks at a program held in Kandy yesterday. A program to enlighten the public's representatives in Kandy district on the new education reforms was held yesterday under the patronage of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuri said that there has been a rise in incidents of child sexual abuse in Sri Lanka, underscoring the need to equip children with proper knowledge and awareness to safeguard themselves. The Health Ministry, the Family Health Bureau and the National Child Protection Authority will have to recommend the sex education be introduced in the school curricula. The government has already introduced a health module for grade 6 students which focuses on maintaining good health. Specialists from the Family Health Bureau have proposed including sex education within this module to teach children how to protect their bodies. The Prime Minister added that the Child Protection Authority has also pointed out that child sexual abuse remains a serious concern in the country and that educating children about their physical safety is crucial.
The Colombo High Court rejected a fundamental objection filed by defendants that the case filed by Bribery Commission against former Minister Lakshman Yapa Abeyewardene and former Director General of the Sri Lanka Board of Investments Jayantha Edurusinghe cannot proceed further in the court. Colombo High Court Judge Justice Mohammed Mihal delivered this verdict. The case will be taken up again on the 16th of December for a pre-trial conference. This case has been filed against former Minister Lakshman Yapa Abeyewardene and 3 other defendants alleging that they committed a loss of a sum of 1,748,878 rupees to the government by publishing advertisements in 11 newspapers from funds of Sri Lanka Board of Investments in 2014. The Colombo Magistrates Court ordered today to call for further hearing on the 19th of January the complaint filed by Cinnamon Gardens Police against former Minister Vimal Weerawansa and 6 other defendants when the case was taken up in the presence of Colombo Chief Magistrate Asanka S. Bodragama today. The Cinnamon Gardens Police filed the case against the defendants under the Road Traffic and Police Ordinance for obstructing roads in front of the United Nations office at Tummula Junction in Colombo, protesting when the Human Rights Commissioner of the United Nations, Prince Said Ali Hussain, was on a visit to Sri Lanka in 2016. The appeal court today rejected a writ petition filed requesting an order to suspend the operation implemented by the wildlife officials in order to chase away wild elephants frequenting the adjoining villages into the Hambantara Reserve Zone. The petition was filed by the Vinividaka Foundation. Former Minister Kehlia Ramakwala, his wife and daughter today appeared before the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. Former Minister Kehlia Ramakwala appeared before the Commission for more than 5 hours.
World Keratoconus Day falls today. A media briefing in this connection was held today at the Colombo National Eye Hospital Auditorium. Keratoconus is a condition where the cornea becomes thin and cone-shaped, distorting vision. It is very important to promote early detection and support advancements in treatments. Youth between 10 to 20 years are vulnerable to this disease. Therefore, it is crucial for youngsters who have problems with vision for managing the condition effectively and preventing further vision loss.
The National Science and Technology Week commences from today. The inauguration programs were held under the patronage of Minister of Science and Technology, Krishanta Besena. The World Science Day falls today. The National Science and Technology Week has been declared in line with this day. This has been jointly implemented by the institutions that come under the purview of the Ministry and several higher education institutes. During this week, many programs relevant to science, technology and innovation sectors have been organized.
දැන් 14 වෙනිදා දක්වා විද්‍යා සතිය අපි සමරනවා. දැන් අද වෙද්දී ලංකාවේ දේශපාලන හොඳටම ස්ථාවර වෙලා තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි අවුරුද්දක් ඉඳලා දින රාජ්‍යයක් හැටියට රට ආර්ථික මට්ටමින් ස්ථාවර තත්ත්වයට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. අපි ජාතික
And now for a few more development news stories in brief. Carpeting and developing the Haputale-Dombatana road commenced yesterday, an important road in this local and foreign tourism sector. The road leads to the Lipton Seat, which is an attractive tourist attraction. A large number of local and foreign tourists as well as people of the hill country use this road daily for their day-to-day activities. The government has allocated a sum of 276 million rupees for this project, and a distance of 5 kilometers will be developed. The development work will be completed within 9 months. Parliamentarians Ramindra Bandara and Ambika Samuel, government officials along with a large number of residents of the locality attended the inauguration of the project. Development work of the Mineria Raja Bridge is being conducted now, which will be benefiting about 700 families who were affected for years together without a bridge. The project is being implemented under the Vari Mahime of the Department of Irrigation at a cost of 10 million rupees. This will pave way for the farming community to transport their agriculture products to the cities without delay.
And we have more news from home in brief.
The ceremony to establish Global South Media Partners Mechanism and the 13th Global Video Media Discussion Forum commenced in China recently. Over 300 members, including heads of UN bodies, media institutions of 40 countries and territories, Chinese embassy representatives participated at this event. Issuing a complimentary message, President Anurakumara Dissanayake stated that the collective influence of the Global South countries is increasing at a time the international procedure is changing. Chief incumbent of the Mitiyagani Raja Mahavihara in Narammala, Venerable Maharasana Palita Thero, has been appointed as the Karaka Sangha Sabha member of the Asgiriya chapter. For the vacancy erupted due to the passing away of Anunayaka of the Asgiriya chapter, Venerable Anamaduwe Dhammadasi Thero. The Thero was appointed unanimously at a ceremony held at the Mangalopotsagara of the Asgiriya Mahavihara. 4 houses in the Sri Kanduyaya village in Bakmuna were attacked by wild elephants last night. The scene was recorded in a CCTV camera. Villagers say that a herd of elephants is roaming in the area both day and night. The elephants has damaged about 20 houses so far. An incident of attempting lottery prizes from a sales dealer of the Gampaha district presenting 2 forged tickets reported on the 6th of this month. One suspect in this connection was proceeded before courts on last Saturday and remanded until 18th of this month. Special Crime Investigation Division in Paliagoda is conducting further investigation.
That's all the news we have from home. Stay tuned for international stories coming up next.
கொளுத்துற வெயிலையும் ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் அவங்க வீட்டு கஷ்டத்துக்காகத்தான் பாடுபடுறாங்க. கொளுத்துற வெயிலையும் மற்றவங்களை குளிர வைக்க போற பயணம் இது.
சரியான சூடு தானே ஐயா. கூலா தண்ணி கொஞ்சம் குடிப்போமா?
புண்ணியமா போகும்.
நாம் ஒருவரை ஒருவர் புரிந்து கொள்ளக்கூடிய சந்தர்ப்பங்கள் பலவற்றை அன்றாடம் கடந்து செல்கிறோம். கமர்ஷியல் கிரெடிட்.
Style nai mirissa seafood fusion rasa prema kottumi fantamai.
Welcome back, and it's time for your foreign news. The United States is now facing what has become the longest federal government shutdown in the nation's history, with partial government operations suspended for 40 days.
US media report that Democratic and Republican leaders have reached a preliminary understanding aimed at averting further disruption. If negotiations hold, Congress is expected to move rapidly to approve a new spending package. The prolonged shutdown has already triggered significant nationwide impact. More than 2,000 flights have been cancelled and over 8,000 delayed as federal aviation staffing remains stretched. Around 750,000 federal employees have had their work disrupted, with many forced to work without pay. Essential services such as food assistance programs, national parks and airport security are under severe strain.
And we're back with your sports news. Sri Lanka Under-19 volleyball team was able to secure their third place in the Central Asian Under-19 Girls Volleyball Championship. Kyrgyzstan won the championship while Nepal became the first runners-up. The championship ended yesterday at the Sugatadas Indoor Stadium in Colombo. The match for the third place was between Sri Lanka and the Maldives, where Sri Lanka was able to win the first round 26 points to 6. They won the second round 25 points to 11 and the third 25 to 10. Sri Lanka girls team secured the third place by winning the match 3 rounds to 9.
The final match was played between Nepal and Kyrgyzstan. The match was a close encounter from the start. Nepal won the first round 25 points to 22. Later Kyrgyzstan won the second and third rounds with 25 and 20 points and 25 to 21 points respectively. The fourth round was won by Nepal 25 points to 13 and Kyrgyzstan won the crucial fifth round 15 points to 11 and won the final 3 rounds to 2. Accordingly, they also won the championship. The prize distribution was held under the Minister of Sports, Sunil Kumar Gamage.
And that was a look at the news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I've been Siobhan Pereira together with Dulanjali Ananda. Wish you a pleasant evening and a wonderful week ahead.
Good night.